Our chef today is continuously experimenting with new flavors, and he likes to take classic cuisine and use it as a springboard for the imagination to create new dishes. Noel Jones is the executive chef at the Polytechnic on 20 and is joined by his sous chef, James Areno. Welcome, guys. It's great to have you.
Great to be here. Thank you.
All right, we have quite a treat today. We're doing two dishes. And what are those two dishes, Noel?
Well, we're going to do, the first one we're going to do is going to be a Colorado lamb loin. That's going to be cooked sous vide. It's also going to be done in an immersion circulator. And sous vide means under vacuum. So basically, we're going to drop it into the circulator. I'll go through that process. And then we're going to do liquid nitrogen ice cream.
Very good.
Pine nut liquid nitrogen ice cream.
Pine nut. And James, what's your role in this? You're going to be doing mostly the ice cream? What exactly are you doing?
Yes, I'm concentrating on the ice cream. I'm going to be helping out chef.
Very good. All right, you're in the kitchen with Noel all the time?
Yes.
Okay,
absolutely.
so he's like your right-hand guy
well,
or
James
left-hand
actually
guy?
is my pastry chef primarily, but he is considered to be my executive sous chef too. So.
Very good. All right, let's get started.
Excellent. So basically what we're going to do is show you really the process of when you buy lamb. So this is what you start off with. This is a rack of lamb. This is what you do when you take it off. All of this comes off. You end up with this loin, and then this is what you would end up with. And James is just going to pop it into the bag. We use rosemary. And the rosemary is used, but the reason we use rosemary and we wrap it in saran wrap is because this flavor inside this vacuum, when you vacuum this, the flavor becomes about 50 times more intense. So we know that from using it ourselves that the rosemary was way too strong, so now we actually just use a small bit, wrap it. And now this would actually go into a vacuum machine, and then we would drop it into the circulator just like this. And this is set to 138 degrees Fahrenheit, which is medium rare perfect, right? So we know this by keeping it inside this bath for 30 minutes. We actually use this thermometer right here, which is a very scientific piece. We can actually plug it right into this bag using a double-sided tape, so we can monitor the whole time what's going on.
And now, if somebody at home wanted to do something like this, what could they do similar?
Well, you can really do the same thing. You just need to get a thermometer, a pot of water, use a little ice bowl that you can keep dropping ice in if you find the temperature fluctuates. Because this machine will actually keep it at 0.1 degree of accuracy. So that's because it's a scientific piece of equipment.
Amazing.
So,
now, how did you come up with this recipe?
Well, actually, it's just the recipe is really inspiration from just what we have right now available to me. But the lamb itself, I've been doing this for quite a while, and I feel it's the best way to cook lamb. I mean, at home, it's not for everybody to do this, but if you were to do turkey even, you could do turkey for Thanksgiving just like this.
So does it keep it moist? Is that what it does?
It does. It actually, because it breaks down the connective tissue, and the meat actually, when you sear it, normally when you sear a piece of meat, which I'll do this right now.
Okay.
This is actually feels raw, okay? And what we're going to do is we're just going to sear it. It'll sear up a lot quicker because you've warmed up the meat, obviously. Now, we're just going to go ahead and move it around a little bit, but this actual piece of loin will probably, when you see it, it's going to be medium rare all the way through. Usually when you go to restaurants, you'll see medium well on the outside, medium rare, or medium rare. This is going to be perfectly medium rare all the way through.
And you put, what did you put in there? Salt and pepper?
Salt, pepper. You just need to do kosher salt. It's all we use at the restaurant for seasoning for food. But we finished with a different salt. This is actually Malden sea salt from England. So basically now what we're going to do is we're actually serving this with a small little pearl vegetables, which are all root vegetables. We just like to just change them up.
What do you have, carrots or sweet potatoes? What is that?
We have carrots, potato, turnip, and a little parsnip.
Very good. And you made it into balls, so what did you use?
We use a little device like this.
Yes.
A little Parisian cutter, we call it, or melon ball, or people call
melon
it
Melon balls, exactly.
And this is it. I mean, this is pretty much done at this point.
It's seared already?
It's seared already. Now, we have to let this rest, but just for TV, we've actually got a piece already done.
All right, very good.
So we're going to go ahead and plate this, and I'll show you exactly what... This is just a sauce. It's made from lamb stock, and we had just fortify it and glaze it. And we add a little bit of butter at the end to get it to the thickness we want.
And we want to remind everybody, of course, we'll have this recipe on our website. And when you say lamb stock, how do you make that?
You take lamb bones and you roast them at about 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about an hour and a half, moving them around, a little bit of oil, and just got to keep moving them. That's it. It really is. And then we add some aromatics and water, and then tomatoes as well, tomato paste.
Very good. All right, so we've seared the lamb.
Seared the lamb, and now you've ended up with this piece that we've done earlier.
Yes.
Now, when I cut this, you'll see it's perfectly all the way through. So
and that's what you want.
That's what I want. I want it to be rare all the way, medium rare to rare all the way through. And then we're just going to serve it. And we're garnishing it today with these vegetables.
Very colorful.
I mean, I believe that food should be art as well. It shouldn't just be a big plate. I like to have very artistic if I can.
It makes everything look so much more appetizing.
And these little beauties are pommes Maxime, which are done with clarified butter and thinly sliced potatoes.
And that's
right
not
there.
difficult to make?
Not at all, not at all. If you just got a little mandolin, slice it really, really thin.
Yes.
And then you just end up with this beautiful, beautiful thin, potato that's got a little crunch in it. And I like texture, so I think everything should have texture. And these are just beautiful local Hanshi mushrooms.
And these are Japanese mushrooms?
These are Japanese mushrooms. They're actually, now you can get them in this country, but they're beautiful mushrooms that are available to us right now, and we get them from Oregon. So
and that's it, right there?
That's it. That's the dish.
Beautiful. Look at that.
That's how the dish looks.
Okay, now
I'm
ready
do
for
liquid
dessert.
nitrogen ice cream.
Yes, looking forward to this.
Perfect.
Liquid nitrogen ice cream.
Yes.
And this is, what flavor are we doing
We're actually
today?
doing a pine nut ice cream. And
pine nut.
we try to do a lot of ice creams that are somewhat like sweet, but also we try to use some savory as well. So that's really what we're trying to do
Very
today.
good. Do you want to change
I'll
places
step right over
here?
here.
Very good.
Just gonna
And we
move
have
this
2
down.
minutes now.
Excellent.
We're on time.
Okay, James.
I've had, green ice cream, green bean ice cream, red bean ice cream. Is
Right.
pine nut ice cream similar to that?
It is. It's like this flavor itself. You need more, James. So we're just going to pour it. You can see it's
here we
very
go.
similar. So this is just a liquid nitrogen.
All right.
And this is 320 degrees below zero.
Wow.
So you can imagine this is really cold.
Oh, yes. I can.
You don't want to put your fingers in this, obviously. So
Great effect during Halloween.
very much so. So I'm going to go ahead and whip this while
Okay.
James actually goes ahead and pours in.
And what do you have in there in the bowl?
This is actually the base of the pine nut ice cream.
All right.
So it's eggs, the sugar, and the milk and the cream. So all those items are in here right now.
and
it's
how
already-
much of the liquid nitrogen are you putting in?
We actually do this. We feel like it's about equal quantities actually.
Okay.
And the liquid nitrogen just makes it cold. That's all it does. It doesn't actually stay there. So go ahead, James. You can go a little quicker.
We have about a minute.
Okay, James. Thank you there. Step back. And you can see now where we're getting
Yes.
this really. And this will
Nice
make it very
consistency.
fluffy. It makes a very fluffy ice cream, creamier. Okay, James, go there. And this is it. And there you have it.
And that's the ice cream?
That is liquid nitrogen ice cream. Now we're going to add some pine nut
Pine
croquant.
nuts, right.
And then James is going to go ahead and get a quenelle. He's going to scoop that in there.
Now the taste, what you're trying to achieve is a sweet and a tart taste all at the same
Exactly.
time?
I'm going to have you taste this.
All right, I will. Thank you.
And we just garnish it like this.
It's delicious.
Thank you.
Wow, and that wasn't very difficult.
Not at all. It's very quick. It's very
It sounds more complicated than what it is.
And we just add a little olive oil to this.
What flavors do you have in this type of ice cream?
Well, what we've done is taken pine nuts, toasted them, and then we add that into the milk mixture at the beginning.
Very good.
Leave it sit overnight to infuse, and then the next day we make the ice cream base from there.
All right, we want you guys to stick around because we want to eat more, obviously.
Excellent.
end of
Thank
the
you.
show.
Absolutely.
So thanks so much. And coming up next, how to keep your athlete at the top of their game during the off season. Stay with us. Delicious.
You enjoy it?
Really.